Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is KPZ, you're here on the home of the Slightly Above Average Ship Review. Got a match for you today on Tears of the Desert, affectionately known as Tears. And it's a domination match. Here is a look at the teams. We are top tier in the Commonwealth Premium Cruiser at Tier 5, the Perth. I will try to remember to link my earlier Perth video into this video right about now. So why are we doing another match in the Perth? Well, most recent campaign introduced a Commonwealth Legendary Tier Cruiser and a Commander, Harold B. Farncomb. Unfortunately, I don't think the Commander fits with the Cruiser very well, but he fits the Perth really well, in my opinion. So in this game, we're trying out a build that goes all in on the unique skills of Harold B. Farncomb here in the Perth, just to see if it's worth doing. Now, keep in mind, I'm not a great cruiser player at all. So, yeah. Anyway, you can see we are running fully packed to get the most consumables we can, and that's what you need to make this build work. You want to have as many smoke screens as possible because that's how you farm damage with this build. All right, clearly I need my glasses if I'm going to see the names of these ships. All right, there's a Gorky, a Bayern, and a Laga over there. We are moving out in the Perth, just using our torpedo launchers to gauge the movement of these ships. I'm going to cut back in here to port. I'm going to try to get this Gorky broadside and try out some of the armor piercing. And I hope everybody's having a great day, had a great weekend. I missed a $2,000 parlay on a $20,000 bet in the Chiefs game by a whopping total of 38 yards between three players. So it could have been a really great weekend. Instead, it was just okay. So I'm not a Chiefs fan. I don't care if they won or not, but I was just trying to make some bets. All right, Gorky looks like he's going to come out here into the gap, and I'm getting ready to tune him up. And then I'm like, is he really coming out here into the gap? I'm throwing up my smoke screen, and the Gorky comes to a stop. So I am wasting a smokescreen right now. All right, we can shoot at the Bayern out there. Got armor piercing loaded. I was hoping that I could lure the Gorky out into the gap. Instead, we're going to back up and turn. And in a minute here, I'm going to swap to he. And I'm going to use some he. All right, Laga is coming out. We will use some he on the Laga, and we set him on fire. All right, the Laga went dark. I threw up my sonar. Just want to make sure he's not launching torpedoes. He appears to be running away. We hit him with some more he. A quick note about this smoke screen as we see the torpedoes moving in. I think it's kind of a weaker version of the Italian rolling smoke. I would call it maybe like a creeping smoke. Pardon me if that's not news to anybody but me, but you can't go full speed. You'll leave your smoke in the dust. So I would call it a creeping smoke. As we creep back into our smoke, we switch to armor piercing. That, not really that impressive, but here we go. 7.1 kilometers away. Full AP salvo. Shazam. 2 hits the Citadel. And kill number 1. The Laga has been vanquished. All right, looking at the Bayern, he doesn't appear to want any of this. And I can't say that I blame him, because clearly it's OP and devastatingly powerful. So, nope, he doesn't want any of that. Still aiming at the Gorky. And I don't... Oh, I was reversing direction. Well, that's why. I was like, what am I doing? We're not moving. All right, so we're going to move in here. Now I see the other ship is trying to move in and horn in on my kills, and I can't have that. So we're going to cut the corner here and try to beat him to the punch. All right. So, yeah, I mean, as a guy who's not very good at playing cruisers, I try to do these builds that are a little more unique, kind of build in to the strong points of the commander or the unique skills. And so this is one where I thought was pretty good, where you can build into the unique skills, also with your inspirations. We will cover that all in the port. But one of my inspirations also has to deal with smoke screens. And really, I hate to say it, maybe the two of them together might be really good. And a specialized build for the Royal Navy. May have to look into that at some point. Inspirations, not as the commander. All right, here comes the Gorky. Here's how not to aim. All ahead of the Citadel. No real damage there. Now we're going to adjust our aim point. And 3 hits to Citadel. Killed number 2 in the Perth. All right, so now I'm like, yeah, let's, while we're here, let's go after the Bayern. Checking his movement out of torpedo range. We're going to creep forward and start shelling him first with high explosive, first with AP and then with high explosive. We're going to switch. Look at all that damage I did with my AP. Oh, just kidding. That was somebody else. All right, we're going to start farming damage here, even though I'm spotted, which was kind of very disappointing to me that I was spotted because I thought I have something that reduces my gun bloom in a smokescreen, but apparently it is not effective enough to do that. So just be advised, we're spotted while shooting this stuff when we're out in the open. Now I may have ran out of my smokescreen, but you know what I'm saying. Just double check the effectiveness of your smoke firing, penalty or concealment, because you might get surprised into believing, hey, I'm concealed by my smoke screen, and then you're still getting spotted. All right, now we are, see right there, we did get spotted, and so even though it was only for a little bit, that could be the difference between life and death. So you're going to have to tread a little cautiously. I wish these were the kind of advanced stats that, you know, were available. Like, hey, with this commander build, here's where you're visible from when firing in your own smoke. All right, anyway, we burned down the Bayern, kill number 3. All right, Normandy out here. Unfortunately, we set the Normandy on fire. Unfortunately, this is not going to be a crack and fail, but it should be. We are going to do some fire damage to the Normandy, but we're going to lose the kill. And that is going to take away our chance for a Kraken. You can see we are spotted. The smoke screen dissipated. So that's legit spotting, unlike the other one. Still shelling the Normandy without taking any return fire. And that's the other good thing. Maybe a lot of this has been predicated on the fact that I really haven't been getting shot at that much. All right, I think right here we're going to finish him off. And somebody else gets the kill. There goes my Kraken. All right, last ship, New Mexico. We are going to hide behind the little spit of the island here. Because, I mean, I'm not going to do what I did a couple videos ago where I'm like, whatever, just go full broadside of the last ship. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. So we're hiding still. And we're going to get out to where we can see the New Mexico. And then we're going to engage him with our high explosive. And again, my smoke screen is on recharge plus. I feel that I don't necessarily need it. Although we are spotted here, he is engaged with a much closer enemy. And we're going to hit the reverse button and start backing up. And we're just going to keep shelling New Mexico. We're going to set him on fire there. I think we have 7 fires set now. So not a terrible fire starter with our build. He's trying to maneuver back and forth, which I recommend. We're going to put up our plane here, and our plane is going to allow us, allegedly, to see the New Mexico. And so we'll just keep firing from behind our island in safety where he can't see us. And Just do some more HE damage as we play out the remainder of this battle. And even when he goes dark, we'll set him on fire. Now he's visible again, and he's starting to back up. And we will just adjust our aim point. I don't know why all those missed. We'll just adjust our aim point to where we think he's going to go. We do set another fire. I think we're up to 9 fires. So not a terrible fire starter. Cap defended flag starting to come in here. And we are just going to keep shelling the New Mexico until he meets his untimely demise at the hands of the Perth. So, before I get to the end of the video, I would love to hear what you think about this build. Especially after you see what I got going on in the commander screen. And we're going to finish him off right there. Kill number 4. So if we killed the Normandy, we'd be getting a Kraken right now. That being said, not high XP in this game. So... Alright, here we are on the victory screen. We did 86,142 total damage. 4 kills, we set 9 fires, had 5 hits to Citadel, and 4 cap defended flags. We ended up with just short of 325,000 silver and over 6,000 ship XP and commander XP. In the Perth, in the Harold B. Farncomb. Smoke 'em if you got 'em build. We're going to be smoking them here with this build in the Perth. All right, here we are at the top of the board. 2217 base XP, 4 big kills, no high caliber metal anywhere out there. So I'm not saying we were anywhere near the most damaging ship, but you know, just wanted to point that out. There was no high caliber metal awarded. All right, let's go look at our build. Main battery mod 2, you know, I've considered strongly switching that out. Steering gears mod 2. You know, maybe aiming systems might be a little better choice. I just like having a quicker turret traverse, especially because I don't think we're using any skill in Farncomb's skill tree to make the turret traverse better. So we're using the main battery mod 2, but I certainly wouldn't blame you if you use aiming systems mod 1. All right, 3 charges of the sonar, relatively short range. 4 charges of the catapult fighter. I don't recommend DFAA for this ship. And 4 charges of the smoke generator. The duration is 95.4 seconds for that creeping smoke. All right, rare battle booster for movement speed and cooldown time. Type 9 permanent camouflage. And the Anzac Day 23 flag. I'm guessing that is a Anzac specific hat. All right, 27,100 hit points with our build. No torpedo damage reduction. Got those 4 twin 152s. 15.6 kilometer firing range. 7.4 second reload. 21.4 or 6. I can't tell the difference of the turn time. HE shells, 2100 max damage with a 9% fire chance. AP shells, 3100 max damage. 4 twin 102 millimeter secondaries, 5 kilometer firing range, 3 second reload, 1500 max HE shell damage with a 6% fire chance. Moving on to the torpedoes, which we really didn't do anything with. 2 quad launchers. They can be launched tube by tube. They reload every 96 seconds. Max damage looks like 15,433. They have an 8 kilometer range at 61 knots. The detectability is 1,300 meters. Here's why I wouldn't build into the AA. Your secondaries are your longest reaching and your best AA. Other than that, it's horrible. The DPS for any of the secondaries is horrible, or the AA mounts is horrible. So don't build into your AA. There, I said it. It's just not very good. You're not going to get a lot out of it. All right, here's a strong point maneuverability, 34.8 knots, 640 meter turning circle, 6.1 second rudder shift time. And concealment, 10.2 on the surface, 6.4 from the air, 4.8 when firing in smoke. So maybe better than I thought. All right, here in the stat screen, we're one match under 500. Main battery accuracy 42%. We have never had a torpedo strike. Kill death ratio of 1. Our best game in terms of kills was the game you just saw. Also our best damage game, but not our best max XP game. That's probably the other video. All right, here looking at the armor viewer, just wanted to go over this again. Above water citadel, allegedly that armor's trying to protect it. You've got a pretty standard 16 millimeter bow. Turrets on barbettes, slightly more armor. And that is the lackluster armor profile of the Perth. All right, here's the commander, Harold B. Farncomb. Base trait careful, reduces the detectability time and the detectability range inside of a smokescreen and a little bit off the reload. So that's what we're building into those traits for. Going over here to our inspirations. Chen Shao Kahn. Incoming damage while inside a smokescreen is reduced. And Genichi Mikawa for regular concealment. Row number 1, beyond range. No fly zone. You don't have the AA to pull that off. And I don't think you need to burn it down because you're starting enough fires anyway. Unique skill, shell from the ghost. Main battery range increase. Shell grouping increase from inside a smokescreen. And that's why we're going all in on that. Velocious for some speed. And smoke on the water to make our smoke screens a little bit more meaty. And of course, as I talked about, fully packed to get an extra smoke screen and a fighter plane and a sonar. Anyway, that is the Smoke 'em if you got 'em Farncomb build for the Perth. I'd love to hear your comments below. Like, comment, subscribe down below. Getting close to the magical number of 400 subs. And I think we have 38 on Rumble. So I appreciate everybody's commenting and subscribing. Anyway, I'll see you on the next video, everybody. Have a good one.